Okay, a wonderful piece of equipment that we can use to help us when we're exercising at home. And again, in isolation, you're going to want to keep fit, keep strong, keep healthy. The fitball is a fantastic piece of equipment. We can do a number of things on here that help to loosen us up. So just sitting on the ball and moving your pelvis in a forwards and backwards direction, in a side to side direction, and moving the ball around can be a wonderful thing to do. If you saw my setup for home computer use, you may even consider for part of your day using the ball so that you're sitting in an active way rather than sitting in a chair where you're locked up in the one position for a prolonged period of time. If you've ever seen me in the clinic, you'll see that my seat that I use, and I've been doing it for about 20 years now, is a fitball. So fantastic dynamic sitting for people that find sitting for too long in the one position is a problem. Also a great tool for challenging your strength and your stability. So I'm going to run you quickly through a number of different exercises that you can do to challenge your strength, stability and control and keep you strong while we go through this time at home. So the first one here is what I call a bridge. We call this a ball bridge, and we walk out into this position. We don't want to push up into a really arched position, more into a position where your spine's somewhere in the middle. Not sagging down here, coming up here, and we're looking at trying to hold that position for a prolonged period of time. So it might be 10 seconds and then coming back for a rest. Now you don't have to walk all the way back up, you can just roll back to here. Now some people think, oh, what happens if the ball shoots out when I get into this position? I can actually hit that pretty hard and it's pretty well stuck against the floor. So come out into your hold position again. If I have my feet pretty wide apart, I'm pretty stable. If I bring them closer together, that increases the challenge. So that's made me a little bit more wobbly. My general rule is that you actually want it to be a challenge, but you want it to be achievable. So not so wobbly that you're about to fall off, but not so easy that you could do it forever. If you want to make it a little bit more of a challenge, you can also add in things like arm movements. So taking your arms out to the side, bringing them back to the middle. If you do that, it's symmetrical, challenging more than doing no arm movements. If you want to make it even a little bit more challenging, taking one arm out to the side at a time can make it more challenging. So that's our first exercise using the ball. That's called a ball bridge. We can also do it where you're lying on the floor with your legs up on the ball. This is what I call a floor ball bridge. So with this one, you start off with the ball in nice and close, you push down and you hold the position. Again, you're working on core stability, working on a duration of a hold rather than going up and down repeatedly. It's more holding. So the holding is what builds endurance and stability in those muscles. When you do up and down quickly, it's probably going to give you more power, but not as much in the way of stability. If you want to make this harder, there's two things you can do. You can move your arms or you can move your legs. If we come up into this position, we take our forearms off the ground or our hands off, whole arms off the ground, that increases the instability, so I've got to work a bit harder. But I can control this, so using my recommendation of a challenge but achievable, that's achievable. If I change my leg position, if I push the ball further away, if I come right up to there, with my arms out I'm in control here and it's not too bad. If I bring my arms off, that's a lot harder, and if I can hold that reasonably well, but some people will find that their ball starts to really wobble around and they're dropping down with their hips or they're pushing up too high. If you can't control your position, go back. Go back to where you could control it and keep it stable. And it's about doing long holds, not the number of holds. So I'd say if you could do 10-second holds in those positions with increasing challenge as you can cope, that'd be good. I'm just going to show you one more. We call this one a walkout. So with this one, you come over the top of the ball and you bring your hands onto the floor. As you walk forward with your hands, go out to a point where it's a bit of a challenge but achievable again. If I go all the way out to here, I'm able to hold that. I'm having to work pretty hard there. You can see I'm probably shaking a bit. Some people, when they get out here, will be all over the place and unable to control it, and actually potentially hurting themselves if they can't control their back and they go into that arch position. So for a lot of people, coming out to the point where your knees are on the ball, your arms are wide, and just holding that position, trying to breathe normally as you do it, and trying to be stable and steady, and then walking back, having a bit of a rest. So there are 3 simple positions that you can do on a fitball to challenge you. Work out when you're at home, not able to go to work, not able to go to the gym because the gyms are shut down. Do some exercise, enjoy keeping fit and strong and healthy while you can.